Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Courtney, and as you can tell by the recent pages that I am flipping through, I have still been junk journaling, so I decided to make yet another video of me junk journaling with some things I found or collected throughout the week, and of course chatting about how my life has been. So let's get started. As you guys know, I have to light my candle. I end up moving it to a different place, but I had to set the mood so we can get going and just talk about how crazy my week has been. Also, I must add, as you can tell by my little intro of this video, I shot this very early in the morning, so sorry if the video is a little dim. The sun hasn't fully risen yet. So just to get started, my week physically wasn't exhausting. However, my week mentally has been exhausting. If you guys remember last week, I had a really big breakthrough that I was so excited to share with you guys. And while I thought I was making progress if you guys remember, I was talking about letting go of resentment. I was doing the work, right? But it wasn't adding up, or it just wasn't, I was just fixated so much on doing the work. I was replacing how I really felt, hence it was keeping me from doing the work. Does that make sense? I was just kind of rushing through it because I was on the momentum of how good I felt at the end of last week, and I wasn't actually taking my time to analyze these feelings that I just recently learned again how to assess. And I was a little disappointed in myself, I'm not gonna lie, but it happens, sometimes it seems like you take 3 steps forward, 4 steps back. Although it doesn't feel like that in this case. I don't know. I just thought it was going to be better, and it didn't. I thought my week was going to be better, and it didn't meet my expectations. And sorry if I'm stuttering. Just like I said last week, I'm not editing this. I'm literally just going to keep on letting it roll until the video is up. So remember, I am human, and this is how I talk, y'all. I stutter a lot and I speak kind of fast. So if it becomes a problem, please comment down below, but this is your warning now. But yeah, so last week when I was speaking of my ex and the coworker, I completely cut off my ex, as you guys know, but I still kept on receiving messages, but I just wouldn't respond. I would just delete the text thread, not even give myself a chance to respond. And sadly, by the end of my work week, which is a Wednesday, I was getting very, not threatening messages, but very serious and disheartening messages from him. And when I was talking to some of my friends at my job about it, it was very clear that he was manipulating me, and he was gaslighting me into giving him the response and the attention and the reinforcement that he wanted. And your girl could not handle it. It was a lot. I don't know. It was I would look at the messages he was sending me and did not know how to respond. It was just very overwhelming. And I ended up having to just block him and remove him from everything, social media and all that. Although I don't have much social media, but I had to block him and removed him. And y'all, I've never had to block somebody. Typically if I stop talking to somebody, I'll delete their number, I'll delete their text messages, and they just thankfully get the hint, and I never get any responses back. But obviously that wasn't working for him, so I actually had to block him. And I don't know, it felt refreshing, but then at the end of the day, I just kept on thinking what happens if he tries to retaliate? He knows what city I live in. I just felt like karma was gonna come back and bite me. But then again, that makes no sense because this is his fault, you know what I mean? He did that to himself. He was not treating me properly, so this is what you get. But yeah, I had to deal with that, which honestly ended on a high note. But while going through it, the heart posture was just off, when it's not even a bad situation, but your body is just reacting as if it is. It just makes you cringe, your face scrunches up. That's how I felt during that whole ordeal. I just felt off. However, it is nice to know that I don't have to worry about getting random messages that are crazy, But yeah, that was nice. Now with the coworker, I'm not even talking to them for real. Like, we of course have to work together, but I keep it very minimal. Like, I keep it strictly about work. Sometimes it's like small moments where she shows that she might have potential to be a good friend or a good person again, like, to where it's like I'm laughing and I'm giggling, but then it's like I'm learning to take those moments not as serious and not as just for like what they are. Like, it was a funny moment, you know, she said a joke, it made you laugh. Because I realized that I look too much at the potential of things and I hold on to that, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh my god, well, she makes me laugh, that just shows she's funny and she's charismatic and we could be friends. And at the end of the day, that sounds ridiculous, and I know you guys are probably looking at me like, what? Like, this girl, you are delusional. But I feel like I've been shared with you guys that I am, so that's just how it is. But I'm just learning to take her at face value. Like, take every moment, that every interaction as it is, and don't let it bother you, you know? And it's easier said than done, especially because, at least with my ex, we were in different cities, so I didn't get to see him. So when I wanted him out of sight, out of mind, it's way easier to do that. I work with her. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in a constant space that, you know, it's what makes me financially stable. I can't like leave it and walk away for a month while you know what I mean, to like get over her. Like, that's the hardest part, is because I make the progress. It's gonna be slow, but it's like anytime I feel like I'm making some type of stride and I just really want to be alone and like work on that, she shows up, because, you know, we gotta work together, and it's just really hard to, I guess, adapt. And I know it's gonna take time. Like, I don't expect any of this, despite it feeling like it's moving fast, I don't expect any of this to happen overnight. Like, I know it's gonna, like, especially because I'm also just a sensitive person, so I know that this is gonna, like, me actually like letting go of a friendship or letting go of any type of connection, it's gonna take me a while. That's just who I am. It's how I always been. Literally, they told me since I was a kid, like, Courtney, you gotta grow a thicker skin, you're too sensitive. And 25 years later, our skin is still thin, but it is okay, because we've learned to protect the little we have, you know? So I know it's gonna take some time. I still just have to keep on doing what I'm doing, and like I said, taking her at face value. But yeah, you see, like, this week hasn't been that bad. I know I said it was crazy, but this week hasn't been bad. It's just been, like I said, just mentally exhausting, and I think that's what's been hard about it. But going into my pages for a little bit, thank you guys for listening to my spiel. But I got this business card from a kombucha shop that I visited a friend after work. Like, he had just asked me, like, we met on an app, but I knew him from outside. We just like reconnected on an app, and we were talking and like texting, and he was like, oh, I work at this kombucha shop, you should like come by after work, I'll give you some free kombucha. And I was like, you know what, sure. And although I got off of work late and I low-key didn't feel like going, I decided to still go, and I did not regret it at all. It was just nice to have like a good conversation. I've never had kombucha before, and I tried to like draw a little kombucha glass in the corner. It was like an apple cider flavor something. It was actually really, really good. But yeah, it was just nice to like talk and like connect with someone. And, you know, made me feel, I've always like felt normal, but you know, when it's like that stress-free normal where you don't have to think about any like responsibility or any type of obligation, it was that. And it just felt so good. And, you know, he asked to meet again, and we're planning to meet up again, more so as a date wise. I know on this page I said kombucha date, but it was more so just kind of like kombucha and talking, but it was still very, very nice. So that's what my first page is about. It's like, you know, me, of course somebody's alarm is going off. I'm sorry if you guys heard that, but yeah, it's just like a little journal recap about this kombucha night, because it was like the highlight of my week to just sit and talk with somebody. Like, I loved it. And then on my second page, I got this Superman has foster parents sticker from my job, because they were supporting Superman Has Foster Parents, like this organization. So they passed out t-shirts, and I grabbed this sticker, and I thought it kind of went like color coordinated with the Ninja Kombucha business card. So I was like, yeah, why not just make a page very light and bright and do like my brain dump / thoughts page centered around, you know, Superman has foster parents. And I think it's like a good message, and it's a good organization, so why not? But yeah, it's still the same concept for the pages. A brain dump / thoughts page, and then another page. This one's kind of like recapping a moment in life that I don't want to forget, and I'm happy that I was able to do that. Yeah, I thought I was gonna have more to say. I've been like kind of rambling. Forgive me. I'm just really trying to make this stretch. I'm not gonna edit this, so there's gonna be lots of pauses because I'm thinking about what to say, and you guys are gonna deal with it because you guys love talking with me, and natural conversations have pauses, and natural conversations give you time to think and respond. Yeah, here is the final flip through, or the final look of both pages. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, follow me on all my socials, and have a happy October.